Title: Caught in the Middle, My Wife's Affair. Unfolds. Original post. I don't know how to start this. I guess I'm just trying to get my thoughts straight. I, 34 million, have been married to my wife, Sarah, 32 feet, for 7 years. We've had a strong relationship, or so I thought. She's always been the one person I trusted the most. My rock, my confidant. We have 2 kids together, Jack, 6 months, and Ellie, 4 years. Life was hectic but good, until a few months ago. It all started with subtle changes. Late-night work meetings, extra trips to the gym, her phone being glued to her hand. At first, I chalked it up to her just being busy. I mean, we're both working full-time, and she's been taking on extra projects. She's been stressed, or at least that's what I thought. Then, one night, she left her phone unlocked on the kitchen counter while she was in the shower. I don't know what possessed me, but I picked it up. I guess something in me just knew. And there it was. Texts. Texts that no married man wants to see. Explicit conversations between her and some guy named Josh. I felt my stomach drop. It wasn't just flirting. It was everything. They'd been seeing each other for months. The texts detailed where they'd meet up, what they'd do, and how much they loved each other. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to pass out right there on the spot. For hours, I sat there just reading and rereading everything. I was angry, heartbroken, lost. I had no idea how to confront her, so I didn't. Not immediately. I needed to figure out what to do for the kids, and part of me was hoping it was just a phase, that it would end on its own. But things only got worse. She started coming home later and later. When she was home, she was distant. The worst part? She had no idea I knew. That's when I started keeping track. I know it sounds paranoid, but I started digging deeper. Her social media, her emails, anything I could find. And I found more. Josh wasn't the only one. There was another guy, Brian. This one seemed more recent, but it hurt just the same. My wife was living a double life, and I had no idea how to deal with it. First update. It's been a week since I posted, and a lot has happened. First off, thank you to everyone who reached out and gave advice. I didn't expect so much support, and I genuinely appreciate it. I finally confronted Sarah. It wasn't pretty. After a few more days of agonizing over how to do it, I sat her down one evening after the kids went to bed. I was shaking the entire time. I told her that I knew. I laid out everything I'd found, the texts with Josh, the messages with Brian. Her face went pale. At first, she denied it, said they were just friends, that I was being crazy. But I had proof. There was no way she could deny it anymore. That's when she broke down. She cried for what felt like hours, saying she was sorry, that she didn't mean for any of this to happen. She swore it didn't mean anything. I didn't know what to believe. We talked for a long time that night. She admitted to both affairs. Josh had been going on for almost a year, and Brian was more recent, just a few months. She said she felt trapped in our marriage, that she'd lost herself in being a wife and a mom. She said she didn't know how to tell me how unhappy she was. I was angry. No, scratch that. I was furious. But I still loved her. I don't know if that makes me weak or stupid, but I did. And part of me wanted to believe that we could fix things. We decided to try counseling. I know a lot of you will probably tell me I'm crazy for even considering it, but I have to think about my kids. I don't want them to grow up in a broken home if there's any chance we can make this work. That said, things are strained. We've had a few sessions, and while we're talking more, there's this distance between us now. I don't trust her. I can't look at her the same way. Every time she's on her phone, I wonder who she's texting. Every time she leaves the house, I wonder if she's meeting one of them. I'm trying, but it's hard.